1, go.
Dude. Weed. What's up, dudes? It's 420 Weed Lord Paul Wedding, and with me as always is Leopold Knopp. We're at Riprock's Bar and Grill, and this is the Open Blunt Review.
Sausage Party is about a hot dog played by Seth Rogen. The hot dog yearns to be taken by the gods to the great beyond and saved from expiration. He's collected by a MILF and put in a shopping cart, but he gets separated in a shopping cart accident. It's like a horrible wreck. Frank and a hot dog bun played by Kristen Wiig go on a journey through the supermarket to unravel the truth of the great beyond, while their packmates are taken home and discover firsthand the horrors of humans.
I walked into this thinking it was going to be a typical Seth Rogen comedy, and I walked out and it was a typical Seth Rogen comedy.
This was far from a typical movie.
Literally beat for fucking beat.
How?
Exact same humor. They gotta have their fucking weed scene where people get high even though it's food. Gotta have their fucking dumbass sex jokes.
Maybe the same sense of humor. They push the envelope a lot further here. I think this is a clever movie. Every year, a few of these movies come out that advertise themselves as just the most outrageous things. Dirty Grandpa is a great example. Zac Efron and the guy from Workaholics Need Wedding Dates. I forgot the fucking title. This movie should be rated X. There's a lot in this.
Oh, there's one specific scene.
There's one very, very long specific scene.
Which nobody in my theater laughed at, which I thought was funny.
Really?
Shock humor just doesn't do it for me anymore. I think it's pretty lame.
Well, shock humor is lame, but there is also more going on than that. They're using the orgy scene as a juxtaposition for everything that's come previously. We should explain. Sausage Party is an extremely religious movie. It is a blow-by-blow allegory of Seth Rogen learning that there is no heaven and no afterlife. There are a lot of things people do to be in compliance with the Old Testament. This movie is about that just being a huge waste. And so, at the end of it, he eventually convinces everyone that the gods are not real, there is no great beyond, and we should all just have a gigantic fucking orgy. Spoilers.
Quite literally the climax of the movie.
It's just a ton of shots that you couldn't possibly have with a live-action movie.
There's a point, but it's not like a profound point.
No, it's not a very profound point.
I mean, I'll grant you that they tried. I didn't hate the movie. It's just I didn't think it was anything special. I laughed at some parts. There were some funny moments.
That's the other thing is it's an extremely dense movie. That, like, pretty much every line is some sort of joke. And it may not always land. You can tell they put a ton of ideas into it. They put a fuckload of effort into it. You know, this is not Ghostbusters where they just pointed a camera like we're doing what Paul Feig did. Sausage Party had a ton of genuine effort put into it.
A lot of those jokes don't need much effort. Okay, let's think of a Jewish stereotype and then an Arabic stereotype. What are some jokes they would do? Oh, wouldn't it be funny if the douche was a Jersey Shore character? Because that was really funny 6 years ago.
What would you have liked to see more of?
I can't even tell you, honestly. I just thought a lot of the humor was easy. There was a handful of times where they would have like a clever joke or something that I wasn't expecting, and that was pretty good. I just wanted the humor to be a little more smart.
I feel like you can be both lowbrow and smart.
Well, South Park does that.
South Park is actually a perfect example of what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Like, you can have fart jokes that are clever. That's what this movie mostly consists of.
Last call. Knopp, how many beers would you give Sausage Party?
I would give Rogen and Evan Goldberg 2 or 3 beers.
Okay.
Because this is a very silly movie. It genuinely took me by surprise, like very often.
I would give it. I'd give it 2 beers. It had its moments, definitely. If you like Seth Rogen comedies, then you're definitely gonna like this movie. I wouldn't recommend seeing it in theaters. I think it'd be a solid watch on Netflix. Grab some beers with some buddies. Some of that dank weed.
How many beers would you want to watch this again?
Like 4 beers.
Well, it's a Seth Rogen movie. You know, it's designed to be watched while fucked up.
You know, he said he can't write without being high, right?
I feel like I always knew.
As always, Paul Wedding, Leopold Knopp, Sausage Party, Riprocks. Remember to like, subscribe, share, tell your friends, tell your boss, tell your family, comment, like it, dislike it, whatever. Anyway, cheers.